Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I have a haul video kind of for the month of September. I don't do hauls too often. I think I've explained before that I don't have Amazon Prime, which is a good thing. I don't need it. So I only buy books whenever I have enough that I want that will get me over the free shipping limit, and that's not very often. But my birthday is the first week in October, so I went ahead and bought myself just a few books for my birthday. And also because at work there was an employee health screening thing, and if you did it, you got a $50 gift card. So I just used that gift card to buy myself some things for my birthday. And of course, immediately I have one of Deborah Mueller's new releases for her new Halloween books. This is Vamps, and it's all vampires. This one, I mean, it's Halloween in the sense that it is vampires, but I think you could color this one year-round because it's just, other than them being monsters, there's nothing outright Halloween about it, which is why I chose this one. The Asylum one wasn't quite my thing, and I just really liked this Vamps one and how this book looked. So I'll do a little flip through of all of these two, just kind of a quick one, and we'll start from the back here. So we have just a bunch of different vampire women. Now, Deborah Mueller does post like flip throughs on her Instagram digital ones, so you can always look there too. One thing I will say about this book is that the lines are thinner in some of the pictures. I think some of the pictures must be older, like this one, because you can tell that she does her newer pictures with line art that's quite a bit thinner. So, you know, if you like alcohol markers and use those mainly, that is something to consider. But there's a bunch of different vampires. I like this one with wings. I love this one on how she's dressed. I like this one a lot with the Dracula gravestone. Something else I've noticed, and my Goth Summer book was the exact same way, the lines are a little blurry-ish. They're not super sharp, and I don't know if that's a problem with my Amazon printing facility, or if Deborah Mueller, like her publishing books now, the lines are just a little fuzzy like that. I don't ever see anyone else complain about it, so I think it must be just my Amazon facility. It doesn't bother me bad enough to request a reprint, but I'm guessing even if they reprinted it, it would be the same, just because my other Deborah Mueller books that I've ordered since I moved are this way. So I think it's just my Amazon facility. I really like this girl. So you do get a variety. You get some portraits, and then you do get some full body ones, like this one here is more full body. And you do have some scenes. Some of them are nice scenes. I don't think she's put out a vampire book in a very long time. She had one that was like vampire... Ooh, I can't even think of it. Vampire Beauties, maybe? Something along that line. That's not quite right, I don't think. But it's been a while, and it was her very old style, so... We were overdue for a new vampire book, and I do like vampires, so I just had to get this one. This is a good one here that shows a whole scene. Here's another portrait. Another portrait. I like this one a lot. Some of them have wings, and I like that. Not all of them. Some of them do. Some of them are like bats. This one being hugged by the bat. This one's very cute. This girl wearing the veil. This would be fun to do. And if you could draw very well, then you could draw in like the rest of her face kind of behind the veil and do like a really cool effect with that. I cannot draw very well, so I don't think I'll be doing that, but it would be fun to do if you could draw. Here's another one that I really like. She's got the spider. This is another fantastic portrait here at the front. And then this book belongs to a page, Deborah's spiel about her Facebook and her Instagram. You guys know where you can find her. Yes, this is Vamps. And I really love the cover. This one's very pretty with the purple hair and the orange and green. This one's really fun. So yeah, she did put out this Ghost Friends already too, and then Asylum. I like the Ghost Friends one. It's actually very cute. It's like a ghost and a dog and a cat ghost, but it was very much like 100% Halloween to me all the time, and I wanted to get something that I could color year-round. I mean, I guess you could color your Halloween books year-round, but I do like to color seasonally, so that's why I got that one. Next, I do have a seasonal book, though, saying that. This is Hygge, I believe is how you pronounce that word, Hollow by Steph Mortimer. She's a new artist to me. She goes by Sunray Books on Instagram. These are all hand-drawn. So a lot of her books that she posts on Instagram that she has up on Amazon right now are like dragons and ponies, or very high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings fantasy, or like Dungeons and Dragons fantasy. And that doesn't interest me personally. I'm not very into that. But then she did put out this just fall themed coloring book, and I love this. I do like her art. I just don't really like the high fantasy stuff. So I hadn't picked up any of her books yet, but when she put out this one, this Hygge Hollow, I had to get it. So it features this jack-o'-lantern type, I don't know what to call him. I want to say like headless horseman almost, because you know he always carries around the pumpkin head, but his head is actually on. So jack-o'-lantern character, scarecrowish maybe, and then the little bat. You get 35 pages. This is a matte book, by the way, and this is just general fall, but it does have some Halloween type pages in it. So we get started. So she does say this book is only sold on Amazon, so if you see anyone selling it elsewhere, you need to let her know because they have stolen her art. And then she does give you where you can find her, you know, leave a review. Like I said, she's at sunray_books on Amazon, and it looks like she has a YouTube. Maybe she does full flip throughs there. I honestly didn't know she had a YouTube. If you tag her in your pages, though, she does like that. And then to place a sheet of paper behind it because markers bleed. She does have a table of contents. Oh, and this says volume 1, so maybe getting another book with these characters on it. I don't know. And then here's your test color page. I think these are little bees. You have another one with stars. Another one with these turnip or radish characters maybe. And then we get into the book. You have your characters here. So we're going to have the bat, the ghost, the cat, and the pumpkin. And I'm going to go from the back now because it's easier for me. I like to cover up the pages some now just so AI doesn't take them. But I wanted to show you the front of the book just to get you familiar since this is a brand new artist to all of us. So... oh yes, here you go. This is what I was talking about. See, she has Hero Buddies and Mythical Meadows, and I know she just put out Dragons and Ponies and Fable Quest, so if you're very into that type of fantasy stuff like that, she definitely has a lot of books for you. Check them out. Okay, so we have pumpkin decorating with the bat and the ghost. Making stew. Oh, but the cat is knocking the potion into it. That's not good. This is the, obviously, cutesy style artwork. Cute and cozy, cute and comfy wear. It's square images, very large spaces, easy to color, but I like those. Those are fun. So we have Mushroom House. I love this one because it reminds me of Richard Scarry. Did you guys ever read Richard Scarry in Busy Town, the little apple car with the worm, but this time it's being driven by the ghost. The arcade. Oh yeah, there's Hero Buddies and Fable Quest. Those are some of her other books, actually. Oh, we're on the beach, so you could even color this one all year round. It's a summer page or surfing. Cookies, a tin of cookies. I like this one a lot. The ghost has been hung up like all the other sheets to dry. We have a pumpkin girl going on a walk in the woods. There's a little frog down here. This is another house. This one looks like it's a tea kettle. Yeah, it's definitely a tea kettle. And yeah, this is very, very thick liner. So this book is going to be very good for your alcohol markers. The Amazing Maze. So it's a corn maze. Little bot doing a corn maze. That's fun. My family and I got lost in one time. Hayride. They look thrilled to be on it. The bat going to the cafe. Here he is with a bouquet of flowers. And actually, I really like that this book isn't all just square framed images. You get some different types of stuff sprinkled throughout here. Here's another house. This one looks like it's an acorn, I think. Yeah, because at the top there, surely that's an acorn, right? Little snail. She showed this page to us already because she was almost going to make this one the cover. We got to vote on Instagram on the cover, but people said they wanted the bat to be on there too, so she picked a different page, but I did see this one already. The bat and the ghost having hot cocoa and marshmallows. That's cute as well. Here's the bat sleeping. Catching. I think these are, well, you know, I said they are bees, but it's nighttime, so maybe they could be fireflies. They could be anything you want them to be, I think. Okay. Trick-or-treating. This would be a great one for Halloween. I like the ghost, just dressed up as a star. Oh, and he's got the bat as like his little candy thing. That's cute. So here's the pumpkin in his home. The cat rubbing on the table. Got a mouse here. This is the bat maybe at home. He looks like he's got a lot of tomes and everything he can read, maybe doing some spells. The pumpkin selling flowers. Here we are on the witch's broom. I like that the bat's upside down. Oh, here's the cover page. That's cute. I really like this page. So you could follow that and recreate it, or you could use your own colors and do whatever you wanted. Play in the leaves. This one's fun. Balloon race, maybe. Here's another house. This one is a shoe. Looks like we have a skeleton living in there. And ghost on a swing. Another fun one. You could do that for spring, though, even, I think. Just walking with some balloons. Yeah, could be Halloween, maybe. Oh, there's a little star down there. We have the ghost, and maybe he's reading to the bat, who's upside down. No, here's our pumpkin house. I was wondering when we get a pumpkin house. And actually, I really like this little character here, this little moth. She makes very cute and different characters. You don't see, like, little bat characters or moths or things like that very often. So she does some kind of unique characters. A bookstore. Got the little ghost and the cat. Cat's always at bookstores. No, here's the pumpkin guy as a scarecrow. This is a good one. Trimming the hedges, and he's got it in the shape of himself and a little star character. Cats. Okay, so he's selling the cats, I suppose. Cats for sale instead of fruit or vegetable stand. That's really cute. And then you get back to the page that shows you all the characters. So yeah, this is a very cute book. You get 35 pages, matte cover, Steph Mortimer or Sunray Books right there on Instagram. You can go over there and check her out. She does post flip-throughs of some of her books. And actually she posts whenever she's going to have a new book out. She kind of teases it. So I knew that book was coming out and she's already teasing another book. So you guys should check her out for sure. I have another new artist here. This is the last of the square-shaped books. Only 2 this time. This is Holly Dolly. This is Unphased, an alt cutie coloring celebration, which celebrates the alternate fashion style that was very popular, like 2008, 2009, that kind of style. I remember very well growing up, seeing kids and punk and emo, and I just loved this book and had to have it. So you get 40 alternative coloring pages, and they're all different girls in different outfits. And it's by Holly Dolly. She goes by Holly Dolly Draws on Instagram. And again, this is another artist that's posting all of her books on Instagram, and she posts your finished pages, and she posts some sneak peeks and flip-throughs of her upcoming books. She actually has quite a few books out already on Amazon. There's a fairy one. There's a mermaid one. Those didn't interest me too much. I'm not super into fairies or mermaids. Let's see. Oh, no, she doesn't have a thing at the back that says her next books. Let me think. She has one that's called, like, Cuties, which is, like, girls that are like all tough and bad and they have weapons and stuff. That one's pretty cute too. Yeah, she has a bunch of very unique and interesting books that are very different. So let's take a look at Unphased, an alt cutie celebration, and I will see if she has any info here at the front before we get started. This book belongs to, okay, here you go. Yeah, by Holly Dolly Publishing. So she has her own publishing company, and then yeah, okay, you know, use a blank sheet of paper and it just says follow down here. Or you can use this QR code to see her socials. It is Holly Dolly Draws on Instagram. I know that for a fact. So if you just look up Holly Dolly, you probably won't find her. And then does it get started? Yeah, it gets right into it. So let's start from the back and then I'll show you the pages. I wish she did have her other books in the back like the previous artist so I could show you what else she has rather than trying to remember, but I'm just gonna have to try to remember. So, like I said, very emo, punk, alternative, indie scene. All the girls are like that and they're all in very poses and different things, and there's a lot of thick line art, which I really like. So you can use markers, and that's what I see a lot of people use, and you can look at her page for inspiration. But she also does all kinds of funky backgrounds already filled in rather than it being blank, so that you can do all kinds of fun stuff with that. We have like a hippie-ish girl here, I guess, because she's got the peace sign. Maybe-ish, kind of. Not quite dressed like a hippie, but these are all really cute. And so you can do some of the things that you've seen online where they're like, oh, the sticker outline. Have you guys seen that trend on Instagram? Very popular. So you could do that on like this page really easily. Got this girl here. Not all of them are in a square shape like this. Some of them are like this, a little bit more freeform, just like the last book, so you get quite a bit of variety, which is fun. I like this page a lot. I've seen a lot of people do fun, like, rainbow colored outlines on this one. Some of her pages are a little bit more out there and freaky. Oh, that's another thing. She does have one with like really weird and like monster type girls, and some of them have 3 eyes and stuff, but I cannot think of the name of it. So if you like that stuff, she does have a book specifically for that. Yeah, she has different types of girls in here. Different races are represented, different hairstyles. Just all centered around a specific type of fashion, really. Which I always remember very fondly growing up. It was a very big deal. It's another fun one. Very goth, some of them, you know? Some of them just very goth. This is a good one. You could have fun with her nails. You could use a lot of glitter and stuff. I really like this one with the TV head. I like TV head cyborg type characters. As you guys know, if you saw one of my completed Deborah Mueller books, I did like all the robots in that book. So it'd be fun to have like a robot girl book. This one's kind of out there. Oh, do you remember that S? How to draw that S? That was very popular in school too. It's another girl. This one's in a wheelchair. See what I mean? She does a good job representing a lot of different types of girls. You just don't see in other books. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a girl in a wheelchair before. So she kind of includes everyone. That's really nice. A very punk girl with her hairstyle. These also kind of remind me a little bit of like a comic book style. The way, like this one in particular, the way that's like, oh, when you see like a comic book character, like pow, and it's kind of coming out from their hands and everything. It reminds me of that, a little bit like comic booky, the way that she's drawn some of it, and I actually really like that. This one is very popular. I see this one colored a lot. This girl's singing. This one's good. Again, with the kind of like comic book motif that you always see, like the pow, bang, boom, and it's always like red and orange, and it's like, oh, it's very lively. The pages are, you know, it's like she's singing really loudly. You kind of get that feeling from looking at it. Here we have a girl wearing a hijab. Again, this is something I've just never seen before in a coloring book, so it's really nice. She represents a lot of people. It does the S again. I like this one. This one could be like a notebook with drawings on it. This one's cute too, just the face. Another girl. Yeah, and a lot of these are very actiony too, you know, different poses. They're all moving. They're not just standing still, and I really like that. Definitely going to be picking up some more books from this artist. Really thrilled with this one. I like this one a lot. She has like an energy drink probably, like a big can of Monster Energy, and the lollipop and all the sketchy stuff in the background. Love this one too. Look how everything kind of looks like it's melting. This one's also been quite popular. She just put out, like I said, a fairy book. So if you're interested more in very, very cutesy girls and not so much like anything alternative like this, maybe it's too much for you. She does have some very cutesy ones with a mermaid one and a fairy one. That, like I said, she just put out the fairy one, and I've seen a lot of finished pages from it already, and it's very cute. It's very like woodsy, like girls in the woods with little animals and fairies and magic. So you guys might like that one a lot. I like this one with the 2 girls. Is this the one on the cover? Oh, no, that was a while back. Okay. I like this one a lot too, though. You could do a lot with the like, rainbow pattern on the back. See, this is another one that I've seen colored a lot, and everyone does all the lines around her like very rainbow. Very fun. This girl, you can see her brain. Maybe she's a zombie. Pointing at the shoes, they definitely look like Chuck Taylor's, like Converse. That was very popular then too. Another one that's kind of like the sticker style. Oh, here's the one from the cover. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it's actually not the same background. I've got a little bit of like a mixture of all the different backgrounds, so you could do something kind of crazy with that too, I think. Another good one. This girl looks like she would be on a skateboard. I like this one a lot. Yeah, these are really fun pages, a huge variety of characters. This one I could see going crazy with like paint and glitter and just doing all kinds of really fun and cool stuff. And that's what I see some people on Instagram do, but as soon as I saw this one, I knew I had to have it. So the next 2 books are actually color by number. So let's do the quick one first, in case you don't like color by number, those are my only regular books. It's now color by number from here on out. There's just 2 of them. But I'll do the quick one first. So, yeah, of course I had to get Jennifer Rowling's Dazzling Animals 2. I finished the first book, Bright Ideas Publishing, aka Jennifer Rowling. I loved the first one, absolutely adored it. The pages were beautiful. I had to get the second one, of course. As soon as she came out with it, I put it on my wish list. There's not really anything for me to show you from this book other than the 4 that are here on the cover. You know, here's the palette. She does 25 colors. They're very simple, and I like that. Now, one thing I will say is that I do not know if it's just my Amazon or not, but this is very, very light compared to the first book. It could just be my Amazon printing, like I was talking about with the Deborah Mueller. If it's not, then I would say that if you have trouble with your eyesight, this book might be really hard for you to see because this is a really, really light gray. Again, I don't know if that's my Amazon or not. The other book was much darker, so I'm wanting to say maybe it is my Amazon and it was just running out of ink because, I mean, I don't care about, you know, the lines on this page on the solid black because I'm not going to color this, but it does look like maybe the ink was running out. So if that's the case, then that's great and it'll be darker when you order it. But if not, I would just advise heads up that it is very, very light and you might have trouble seeing it. But yeah, there's not a lot to see. Sometimes you can kind of maybe see what the page is in the camera. I can't really tell what that is. It kind of almost looks like a deer, maybe. But yeah, you get, I believe, 25 total mysteries. Oh, wait, there's something new back here. There's hints. Oh, she didn't do that in the other book. Okay, well, I'm not going to look at those because I want them to be mysteries. Okay, so you get 25. Let's not look at the hints because I don't want to. There were mysteries for me last time, and that's how I like to keep it. So you'll see that soon. I did see a completed page out of it, though, and it was a duck, and I thought it was good. So next, you guys know I like to keep a rotation of color by number books, and I just work in it until it's done. So we have this color by number Animals, Jade Summer. I don't know. There we go. Alexis Joyce was the artist on this one. Okay. And it's got a 48 palette. They say choose vibrant or pastel. 48's not too bad, I don't think. This one's not as nonsensical as some other books that have such a huge palette. I do prefer like a 25 color, but for as many pages you get in this, I think 48 is fine. I actually don't know how many pages it says. I think it's 50, maybe. This book belongs to... okay, they did name all of the illustrators and stuff. That's nice. They did not used to do that. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't say how many pages. Just gets into it. Okay. No, I don't know how many pages. Anyway, I saw this on Connor's channel. He finished the whole book, and I really like how it looks. So if you want to go to his channel and see what this looks like colored in, you can. That's what inspired me to buy this. I saw it on his channel, his colored pages. He just did markers, alcohol markers. That's what I like to do. And they look fantastic. And so I was like, this needs to be my next color by number project book. And it will occupy me for a while because, like I said, I do believe it's 50 pages. There's no way this is only 25 because it's thicker. But let's take a look anyway and look inside. So you get it, this book belongs to page. This was just explaining Jade Summer. I was hoping it would have, you know, the page numbers on it. So this does have contributors. So sketching and inking is Alice Joyce. Cover and interior design is Emily Schallenberger. Art direction, Candice Janney. Additional support by Maria Talvera. Then the owners of Jade Summer are Eric Fritzen and Nicholas Fritzen. And it actually says no AI images policy. Artificial intelligence was not used in any of those, so that's nice to see. And then you got blending practice here, so you can practice your blending if you want to, and a color chart here so you can match it to the back of the book. It's a little bit annoying that it's not named in there, but the names are on the back of the pages, so whatever. Oh, and then at the end, of course, there's some bonuses, but we're not here for those, right? We're here for the actual book, so let's get started. Okay, so it looks like you do get a couple of pages here that are little panels. So you have like a frog and a grasshopper. And over here is your actual color palette that's on the outside of the book, but the colors are named. So it says like light salmon, red, maroon, teal, forest green, purple, light gray, black. They're not super nonsensical, as with some of them. Ivory, khaki, that's pretty normal, I think. Periwinkle. You know, some of them, they give you like 15 different greens, and they're like, oh, hunter green, and this, and that, and this, and that. I think this one's not that nonsensical. I think it would be pretty easy to follow. We have, I believe this is a possum. It's forest page. This one's cute, the newt and the snail. Okay, and then we get into our actual pages. Some of them are this way, so we have a peacock, camel, a crawfish. This is probably a red panda, crocodile or alligator, chameleon, a duck, dragonfly. These are all stained glass, by the way. I swear the Amazon listings had like color by number animal stained glass, but it doesn't say it on the front of the book. So these are all stained glass themed. Tiger, some fish. Well, let me go to the other side. So turkey, that would be fun for Thanksgiving. A little monkey, turtle. This looks kind of like a phoenix more than an eagle. A bear. Snake, I like this one. I do like that all the images are within a frame, so that's nice as well. Jaguar or leopard, maybe. Rooster. Moth. I can tell though that here, let me, so like with this book by Jennifer Rowling, oh no, never mind, I lied. I thought she also only listed the colors that you needed and not all the colors, but she does list all the colors. So what I was going to say was this does list every color on the page, even if you're not going to use them. I do kind of prefer it when the color by number book only lists the colors that you're going to use, but I try not to be super picky. Cat, baby rhino, toucan. This looks like maybe a fox. Baboon, I think, right? They have the big faces like that, or mandrill. Can't remember. Dragon. Meerkat. I used to watch Meerkat Manor all the time. It's a cardinal bird. An octopus. A bat, so you could do that one for Halloween. Unicorn. So there's some fantasy stuff in here too, not just real animals. Lion. Manta ray, macaw. This looks like, oh, it's a pig. Yeah, okay, it's a pig. I was thinking a cow at first, but obviously it's a pig. Bees and maybe a ladybug or another bee, I'm not totally sure. Here we have a deer, dolphin, dog, an owl, sloth page. Here we have a horse, the jellyfish, a flamingo, elephant. I love elephants, so that'll be a good one. Wolf, and this one is on the back, I believe. I'll show you the back again. Giraffe, hummingbird, and then the otter that's from the front cover. So you might want to do this one back to front so you don't cover up. This is just painted in a very lighter gray, so you might want to do that back to front. That's what I would do, I think. I'll show you the back. Yeah. So there's the wolf and the hummingbird and the giraffe. You can see these are very beautiful when they're finished. And like I said, you should check out Connor's channel if you're thinking about buying this book so you can get an idea of what some of these pages look like finished, because they are stunning finished. I know it doesn't really look like much right now and you're kind of like, mosaic animals, I've seen it already, everyone's done that. But honestly, I really thought that this one just looked much nicer finished. So that's why I picked that one up. So that's everything. I had 2 color by number books, and then 2 kind of Halloween fall books, and then a random one. So 2 new artists for me too in here, and then some old favorites, of course, with Deborah Mueller and Jennifer Rowling in there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my little birthday haul.